Hi guys, welcome back to another e-learning video. This video will be over how to solve and graph one variable inequalities. And I kind of threw in a couple things that'll be a little tricky for us to help us out on stuff we've missed before. So let's try to solve this one. Whenever you solve something, you're going to go ahead and make a line in between one side and the other. So just you have the two sides separated. So this 12x, nothing's happening quite yet. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it. 4x, nothing's happening yet. Go ahead and rewrite that. And this is what I want to deal with now. So I have a minus, and I have parentheses. So what's going to happen is you're going to distribute this minus into these two things. And what's going to happen is they're going to change signs. This is going to be a negative x. This is going to be a minus 45. So it's going to be minus x minus 45. And I'll show you why. So if we say this is a minus 1, because that's essentially what it is, you're having negative 1 times x and negative 1 times 45. So you have negative 1x for negative 1 times x, that's negative 1x, and negative 1 times 45, that's minus 45. And then we go ahead and move on. We have 4x minus 1x. When we combine those like terms, that's 3x. Okay, and you need x's all on one side and numbers on the other side, so I need to move these x's so that I only have x's on this left side. So let me do that. 3x can be subtracted from both sides so that I only have negative 45 on this side. So if I subtract 3x, this is gone, and that's all that's left. Subtract 3x over here, and I have 9x left. And then you would divide by 9 because you have x on one side and number on the other side. So at that point, you go ahead and divide by the number in front of x. So divide by 9, x, and the negative 45 divided by 9 is negative 5. And then the symbol you started with was a greater than symbol. So you go ahead and write that again. I'm going to graph this number line up here. We had negative 5. Make that 5 a little better here. And then we had a greater than symbol, but not or equal to. It's just one of these symbols that has no line under it. So it's going to be an open dot. And then you need to decide what direction. Well, it's greater than because the mouth is towards x. Greater than is to the right. Let's do this one. That's tricky in a different way. So we're going to solve. So once again, go ahead and build the wall between the two sides. I want x on one side and number on the other side. So I need this number to move. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. If I add 2 here, this is gone, and this is all that's left, because negative 2 plus 2 is nothing, so this is gone. And I bring that down. Add 2 over here, you get 21. And then now you have x on one side, number on the other side, and at that point, you go ahead and divide. So divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, and I'm getting x, and 21 divided by negative 3 is negative 7. And this is the tricky part. So because we divided by this negative 3, you're going to take this symbol and you're going to flip it. You're going to turn it around. So instead of being greater than, it's going to be, excuse me, instead of being less than, it's going to be greater than. So instead of facing that way, it's going to face this way. So you're just taking it and then turning it around. And then you go ahead and do your number line after that. So you have negative 7. And once again, this is not or equal to. There's no line under here, which means that negative 7 is not a solution. So open dot, and then this is all the numbers that are greater than negative 7. And again, greater than is to the right. If you have any more questions about this, go ahead and email me during office hours.